Hey y'all, it's Brady. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. As you can see here, I am unboxing and flipping through my new 6-month Plum Paper planner. It is a 6-month daily planner, and I am super excited to show this to y'all and flip through, show you what I think. As a disclaimer, they did send me this planner to review, but I am not compensated other than them sending me the planner for my thoughts here. So all of my thoughts are my own. I just thought I would share this with you because I am a busy mom going back to school, and I also have a first grader and a preschooler, and just a busy life, as most of us moms do. Most of us in general do. So I love a good planner, and I have been on the hunt for something that is a daily planner with a full sheet for each day. So that's exactly what this is, and we are going to jump right on into it now. All right, so let's just hop right into this. So here is the cover, and let me see if I can get us better zoomed in. I guess that's where we're going to stay. Okay, so here is an overview or just a look at the outside. You can see here, I'll turn for you so you can see the coils. They are like the metal coils, very sturdy. I'm loving that. I have tried Happy Planners in the past, and that is my one complaint really and truly about Happy Planners, is I don't like the way they do their binding. That just drives me crazy. It's too big, too bulky, but I understand why they do it. But it's just not my favorite to have those expandable, I don't even know what you would call them. I guess it's a coil. But that's just not my favorite. I don't like the plastic. I don't like just the look of it and how bulky it feels. And so although, to my knowledge, this is not expandable really, unless it's just something like could snap onto here, like the Erin Condren planners. But I'm okay with that because you can customize so much whenever you are picking your planner. So I picked my cover, I picked the quote and the background. You can do, there are so many different patterns and designs that you can choose from. It is unreal. You can put your name here, you can put anything that you want. It's really and truly up to you. So let's hop into this, and I'm gonna try my best to get this in focus. Okie doke, so this is a little better. But so when you open this up, let's go back to the first page. Here, there is a, I think this is acrylic, I'm not sure, cover, so it's really good and sturdy. You can see how thick that is. And then your cover is nice, thick cardstock underneath. So it is nice and protected. I love how heavy duty the paper feels and soft, but it's not bulky. Does that make sense? So right here it says Daily Planner, personalized for you, by you, Plum Paper. This planner belongs to made in the USA, plumpaper.com. Even though my name is on the front, I can still put my name or whatever information here on the inside. And then when you flip open, you are looking at, in this case, it is 2020, but you are looking at January through June on the left-hand side and July through December on the right-hand side. So that is your year at a glance. It also gives you January through June and July through December on the left and the right for 2021 as well. The other thing I'd like to note about this planner is that I was able to pick my start month. And so you'll see that I actually picked August because a lot of planners start in July. And for us, July is a transition month. It is not, we don't have a ton going on, maybe other than doctor's appointments, but it's a transition month. So I don't want that transition time of, whether it's, we also have vacation during that time and that sort of thing. I just prefer for it to start in August, and that's always been kind of a pet peeve of mine of planners that I've had in the past. So I really like that aspect, that I was able to customize so much. So let's see here. So this next section you're going to come to is special dates. You can see how each month goes in sort of like an ombre of the colors. So you've got, like this green, and then the light green, like a bright, more, not neon, but more of like a spring green ombre here. And then you've got almost a purple here at the top for July through September. And then October through December is kind of a orangey tone. The only thing that I don't like, so this is the colorful version, but you can also get like a simplified version. I'll have to look that up, and I'll try to put that up on the screen here for you of what that's called. It's more muted, like black and white, just gray sort of tones. But the only thing that I would change here is I kind of wish the color scheme went with like kind of what's going on in those months. So I think, this color is perfect for October, but it wouldn't be what I would choose for December. January, I guess, would be fine there, but you see what I'm saying. So that's my only real complaint on the color scheme. I do think it's colorful enough without being obnoxious or over the top, if that makes sense. So this is your special dates section. They've just left it with lines for you to choose what you want to put there. And then when you go to the next page, you've got the same color schemes, the same 12 boxes, but they don't have any labels for the months. So really and truly, you could write that in or put stickers in there for you. Or you can just leave it as little note sections and do something entirely different. So I like that that's blank and gives you, it says ideas, plans, goals. If there's different things you wanted to track here, I think that would be helpful. You could perhaps put in books you're reading, something like that. Lots of opportunities there. So I like the flexibility. You've got a blank note section here at the start or at the end of that section before August begins. So August does have its own divider with the tabs, which I love. Love that the tabs stick out with the word, with the, let me see if I can show you that here. You have got the months for each section. Like I said, this is a 6-month. You can get this in a 12-month as well in the daily. But if I can show you, I'm hoping this comes in clear enough. Can y'all see that okay? I hope so. But it gives you the names, your labels for the months. So, monthly highlight here at the beginning of August. And I believe all of these pages look the same, so we'll take a look at that. But it says goal number 1, goal number 2, goal number 3. In your bubbles, you've got birthdays, events, things to remember, and then your own 2 blank sections down here, which I do really like because there's so much customizing ability in here. And then let's go to the right hand side, and you've got a lined just free space for August as well. And then you get to your monthly view. I really like this. I think this is the perfect size. The whole thing is a bit smaller than a sheet of notebook paper, so it's not quite so big and bulky, but I definitely feel like I have enough room to write in everything that I need to plan, because the way that I plan personally is I like to plan if I have appointments, if I have classes, if I have something scheduled that day of any kind that has a date and time, I will go ahead and plan it in my monthly section. This is for years the only way my brain works. I need to be able to see the full month at a time so that I can see, okay, well, I had like 2 full weeks, but I'm going to have an empty week, or whichever way that may fall. It also helps me when I'm planning out how I need to study, what I'm going to have going on when I'm looking at the grand scheme of things for the month. So I think these boxes are perfect. I think they're about 2-inch size square boxes. And then you can also see down here, let me see if I can get that for you. But down here, it doesn't want to come in here. Let's see if we can come around this way. So down here, you can see just the little, like that's September, just kind of gives you a glance at what is going on upcoming. So let's take a look at that. So this is his August month at a glance. And then let's come over here and take a deep look into our daily. You get a full page per day, which I love because this is the way that I plan. I plan monthly so that I know what's going on, and then every day I like to make my to-do list. I like to know like what things I've got going on, and this is where Plum Paper gets so cool to me. And I know there are other planners that have some flexibility in this, but this was really, I love this. So I got to preview how this would be set up for myself before I finalized my order. And so what you'll see here is I have been able to customize each of these categories to what I needed them to say. So they'll have pre-populated options you can choose from, or there'll be a spot that says other, and you can type in exactly what you want it to say. So for me, this is where I think this is going to be the most helpful for me, is because normally I would have a thin, kind of cheap monthly planner book, and then I also need a daily notebook that I keep my to-do list in. And then it is inevitable that either one of the girls will get a hold of it and the kids are going to end up playing with it or scribbling in it or writing their stuff in it, or my husband needs to write something down so he gets a hold of it and flips the page and goes to the next one, or I'm writing something totally different down and then I can't find that one, or it just becomes a big mess. So I am hoping that this is going to be really kind of the fix for that. So that way I can have a notebook on my desk and everybody can write whatever they need to write, and I'm not losing information or my to-do list or whatever. So, and I think this will be interesting to see also kind of what I got accomplished, what worked, what didn't. So for me personally, let me see if I can zoom in a touch more. All right, so for me personally, up here at the top, these 3 boxes up here, I have these labeled as important. So I'm thinking this will be something along the lines of like, what are the 3 most pressing things that I must get done, or we have a really important appointment, that sort of thing, that I'm going to put there. And then below that, you'll see this one says classes. It does have a little, like dotted, what is that word? Oh my goodness. Like a little shortened box of the line here on each of these that I'm assuming is to give you, if you wanted to write in like timed appointments there. So that is why I thought classes would go here best for me, because I can write exactly what time the class is that day, what the class is, and then kind of jot down if something's due at that class period. I can write that here. And I like that it gives me that flexibility to write in what I need. It's not just, it doesn't say date and time. It doesn't say, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't say all of that. So even though I was able to highlight here exactly what I wanted, even this could change should I need it to. And then below that is just lined boxes in like the little half page area. And it says kids. So if they've got anything going on at school, let's hope school is happening. I don't know. We never know what's going on in that situation. But it is back to school time. So I knew that I would need a section for them if they've got an appointment, if they've got something I need to do for them, whatever, something going on at school, what have you, that I can put that there. And then down here on the bottom, which is the full page width of just notes section. I don't know exactly what I'll put here yet, but I like the flexibility that it's open. And then on the right hand side of the page, we've got the half page width of a to-do list. And so I do like that there's like the bullet points there for that. I think that's going to be very, very helpful for me. That's kind of what I do. So if there's certain cleaning that needs to be done that day, or just whatever I've decided I need to do that day, it gives me a dedicated to-do list. But then I've got other things that I would also write on my to-do list that day of what's going on, and I can kind of know at a glance what is happening. And then down here below that in this shaded box, which I really like how it's all coordinated with the color scheme. But this is YouTube, so again, this is customized to me, and so that is very helpful for me if there's something in particular that I am scheduling to post that day, or that I need to film or edit that day, or if I need to point out to myself that I need to plan some videos that day, whatever can go here. And so that is a look at the daily. Each day is the same, and like I said, you get that full page. All right, so bear with me. My camera battery died, and I am doing my best to retake this footage for you because I just kept on blabbering after it died. So, hopefully the quality is okay now that I've got to set back up again, and we will just move on. So here's August 31st. This is our last daily page for the month of August. Then we're going to move to the right hand side. We are going to see it is a full page of lined paper, and then the back of this page also has a lined page as well. I think this is going to depend on how many days are in your month each month, and so how many you end up with. So for instance, for August we have 31 days, so we end up on the left hand side and not the right hand side, so then there's an extra page of lined paper. Let me take you to September. Again, starts the same way at the beginning of the month, but let me just flip you over here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here September has the 29th on the left, and then because it only has 30 days, the month ends on the right hand front side of a page. So you're going to see your last day here, and then you get just the back side of lined pages. So I think that's sufficient. I don't see an issue with that, but it is something to take note of, that you're not going to be guaranteed a lined page at the end of every month. It's just going to depend how many days in the month there are. But again, there's at least one page in the beginning and one page at the end. So I think you'd be okay there. Here is the blog planning page at the end, which is an add-on. So this is the end of every month for me. And again, I'm not sure if and so since this was an add-on for me, I'm not sure if that changes how many lined pages you're going to have at the end of the month, or if it is the same. I think it is the same. But here's the blog planning page. So I obviously don't have a blog at this point. I do have a YouTube channel, which is what you're watching. Hello. And if you have not subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe. But anyways, so it does say blog planning, but this was the closest thing that I could find as their add-ons for what I needed. And when I looked at the categories though, it really does fit, and it's not a problem for me. So it is not labeled, so for each month, so it just says month and it has a blank, so you can go ahead and put your if you feel the need to say this is September, even though it says September on the left hand side of the page, whichever way that you prefer. But I'm very excited about this. So it does say important dates and holidays up here, and it gives you like a smaller line to put the date itself and the day of the month, and then over here to label what special date or holiday is coming up. And then you have blog priorities to the right at the top of the right column, giveaway and review notes. Then over to the left hand side you have a to-do list for this month. It is the bullet points and the dotted lines. And then down at the very bottom it says post idea brainstorm, and so it's just different shaded boxes for brainstorming. And then over here, I did skip this part, I apologize, advertising and sponsor notes. So if that is something, if you have a blog or a YouTube channel and that is something you need to keep track of, I really think this add-on is great. Let's look at the back side of it because it is two-sided. And then on the back page, the back side of the page, it says blog planning. And then you've got your blog post schedule. So you can actually, and for me, this is how I'm going to try my best to schedule out my videos for each month. And so you've got a space for a column for the date over here, the larger column in the center for topic. And then I really, really like this so that I can keep a handle on my status of that post, so of that video posted. So I've got an area for write. For me, obviously, this would be film, edit, and then post. I like that they have 3 separate columns. I like that they do have a bubble if you want to fill that in, check mark it, exit, whatever way you like to signify that you have reached that portion and that column. However, if you notice though, it does just continue with the lines. So if you wanted to keep track of, okay, over here in the left column, I'm going to put the date that I want to post this, and then the topic. And then for instance, so if I wanted to post it on, I don't know, the 18th, we're just going to make up a day. And so the 18th over here in the date column, the topic of the video, and then say I finished filming it on the 9th. So then I could just put in 9/9, and then if I edited it on the 12th, we would put 9/12, and then you could also come over to post and put what day you scheduled it to go live. So you could just check it off, exit out, whichever way you like to keep track of things, or you could write in the date. So I really like that it's a full space there and not just a check mark or a bubble. Down here at the bottom, and I apologize, this is going to be pretty difficult for y'all to see. Okay, so it is very difficult to get it that angle I already had to get you a good look at the bottom of this blog planning portion, but I just wanted to show you what this says. It says post month review, and you've got a blog reflection section followed by blog organization, content quality, blog promotion, blog income, blog traffic, overall success, and then a few lined spots. This is super cool to me that you can kind of shade these in and be your own judge of how that month went in those areas. And then over here you have blog statistics. Each statistic you're trying to track, the target here, and then the actual account of what you hit. So I think that is very helpful for this blog planning, or for me, YouTube planning section. All right, so now that I've shown you down here, let's move on to the end of the planner. So again, mine goes from August through January. So we're just going to flip on through to the end. So here's the end of January. We've got January 31st daily page here on the left, and then our lined page on the right. Back side of that page is also a lined page. Then we've got our blog planning page, and blog planning continued on the back side. And then this was my second add-on that I added to this planner. This does not come in its standard, but it is something you can add on fairly inexpensively, and I am very excited to try it. So this tab again is labeled just like the months. It says meals. It is a good quality material. Okay, so on this first page, it is a front side on the right hand side. It is, let's see here, this is your meal builder portion. So it walks you through building a balanced meal. This is kind of like the USDA's My Plate example. And then it gives you examples of what would be in each category for protein, vegetables, carbs, and fats. And then what I especially like about this page is then down here at the bottom, you've got 4 boxes. And so you've got breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and you can put in your favorite recipes. The only thing that I'm seeing here so far, and obviously I haven't used this portion of the planner yet, but what I'm seeing that I don't love is that I think there should be more, like, although this is great at the top, I would have loved to have had more room to write in our favorite recipes, because there are definitely more than 5 of each of these categories, especially dinner and lunch ideas that we rotate through frequently. So, for that reason, this page is not my favorite, but again, not everyone cooks that way. And so if you don't, you may only need 5 for each, and it may just help you if you're like, okay, these are go-to absolute diehard favorites. Then yeah, you might be able to narrow it down to 5, and that might not be a problem. Okay, let's flip over to the back side of this page. This is where they have added a cooking guidelines and conversion section. So you've got vegetable cook times and meat temperatures, kitchen conversions for volume, temperature, weight, and liquid, from ounces to milliliters, and then from ounces to grams, Fahrenheit to Celsius. And then over here on the right hand side, this is a substitution area. And this is especially interesting to me. So I Pinterest substitutions all the time in cooking, but how convenient to have it already right here, just on the other side of your planning pages. So if you've already got your book in the kitchen with you and you're already looking at what's for dinner, or you are already looking at your menu for the week, you've already purchased your groceries, and you're thinking, oh no, I don't have, milk, for example, or I don't have a cup of it. What can I do instead? And so it gives you great substitutions for egg, butter, white flour, lemon juice, buttermilk, granulated sugar, canola oil, and milk. And then down here at the bottom, it says other substitutions. So like if you don't have any baking powder, it gives you a substitution for that. Down here, I especially like the 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar equals 2 teaspoons of vinegar or lemon juice. Because for me, that's not a common ingredient I always have. And it never seems to fail. I'm like, oh, I've got that. And I look and it's in the pantry, great. And then I pull it out and it's expired. So, that's how life goes. So I think that's really, really convenient. So that's kind of fun. And then you have got meal planning pages here. So when you flip over to the back side of that page, this is where your weekly meal planning begins. You've got Monday through Sunday labeled here for you. And then and then there's 2 weeks on each page. And then each day has B, L, and D for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And these are not labeled with the specific weeks. So here on this top colorful line, you can actually put in the dates that you're using. So I find that really convenient. If you skip a week or whatever, you're not just wasting spots. You can keep using it. And then down here, I really like this for meal prep and meal prep notes. Is this large box down here at the bottom. I find that especially helpful because I really like to get in the kitchen on Sunday or even a Monday and kind of prep our produce for the week and try to make my life easier. So I think that's really convenient. So you're going to have several pages of that. And I believe it is enough for all 6 months of your planner. Okay, and then you have grocery store and markets. And this is kind of like a contact book for you. So you've got 4 sections for 4 different stores. And you can put their address, their phone number, and their website, the store name, and I shop here for, and it's got a little short 5 bullet point list for you. Again, there's 4 of those. For me, I don't know that this is really necessary. This to me kind of seems like not a super useful page. I don't know. I don't know what I would have liked to see here instead, but it's just not something I see myself using, but we shall see. I might change my mind. You never know. And then the right-hand side has takeout and restaurant favorites. So this is kind of fun. So this would be good for you to just kind of have a few things on hand if you need their phone number to call, to order takeout or what have you. So it does give you 5 spots for that, and with 3 bullet points under favorite dishes. Again, you can put their address, phone number, and website here. So I do think that would be pretty useful especially if you don't keep your takeout menus on the fridge or in your house. That way you could just write the number down and be able to call. If you're out and about, you don't have to Google it. You can just look to your book if you're already looking at it. So it just kind of saves you a step if you're already in, if you're already in your book. And then at the very end, this of the meals add-on is an annual grocery spending tracker. I am very, very, very excited for this. So this is a goal of mine, and this is weeks 1 through 26. So this is 26 weeks worth of tracking, and that is your 6 months, I do believe. Yes. So that is 6 months. And you've also got a notes section down here, which is kind of out of frame for you to see, but it's this little section down here at the bottom. It's got a 3-lined area labeled for notes, just if there's anything you want to put in there. We had a big holiday, whatever notes to yourself that you want. So I find this incredibly useful, and I am super, super excited about this. So you've got week of, and they are numbered 1 through 26 for you. Then the next column in the middle says budget. So whatever, week 1 is the week of, I don't know, say we're going to track August 1st through August 7th. So you're going to put that here. And then budget is $150. And then to the right hand column, it says spent. So you can actually track how much you actually spent versus what your budget was. So budget was 100, we spent 105. Okay. And then down here at the bottom though of that column, and it doesn't look like y'all are going to be able to see. I don't know. So at the very bottom, it's just really hard to see down here because my camera likes to go out of frame on us. Let's see if I can get you. Oh, there we go. So right here, this little teal bubble is highlighted there for you with a $sign. It says total spent in weeks 1 through 26 in gray there, and you can put your total number. And then it doesn't have a category for your total budgeted so that you could see how it averaged out, what you budgeted for each week totaled up versus what you spent totaled up. So that would be my only suggestion for this page, is that I would really like to see a total budgeted amount versus total, see if you were on track or not for the entire 6 months. So, I mean, that would be my only suggestion really on this page. I really like how it's laid out. I like that it alternates the white and the gray shading so that it divides up between the weeks. I think that's very, very useful. So I'm excited about that. Okay. Then to end our planner, we have a dotted page to the right, a back page that is dotted as well. Then we have another dotted page, and then to the back side of that other dotted page, you're going to have a password section with the website, username, password, 3 columns there, also white, gray, alternating pattern there. So I think this is very useful. This is a goal of mine to actually write these down and keep track of them, because I don't know if you're like me, but I always end up having to reset my password anytime that my phone or my laptop or my iPad does not remember something. So, that's the struggle. If you are not like that, I am so proud of you. I am so proud that you use that section of your planner. So you will love that portion. I'm hoping to love it and actually use it. Then we're going to move over to the right hand side of the book though, and this is your My Contacts section. You have got 6 on each side, so 12 contact areas for their, their name, their phone number, any social media, and their address. And then the most useful thing that I would find here is to have relatives that you do travel to see and you need to keep their address so that you can just put it in your GPS and go. Or if you frequently mail out cards to people, you could keep those. I mean, it's only a 12 section area here. You do have 12 more on the back page, so that gives you 24. If you were needing 100 different addresses for your great aunt's daughter's, cousin, I mean, that might be a little difficult to include all of those people in here. But for the 24 that you would regularly send cards or gifts or anything like that to, this would definitely be useful. Okay, to the right hand side, we've got US holidays. So I think this is fun though, because it's got all the holidays in the left hand column. And then over to the right in the very center column, you have 2020's dates. 2021 is next to that. And then to the far right hand side is the 2022 dates. So you can kind of see how it changes. For instance, Martin Luther King Jr. Day this year was the 20th of January. In 2021, it'll be the 18th. And in 2022, it will fall on the 17th. So that's especially useful for things like Thanksgiving, where they're not assigned Christmas Day, we all know, is December 25th. But Thanksgiving changes depending on how that fourth Thursday falls. So you can see here it's the 26th this year. It'll be the 25th next year and the 24th for the year following that in 2022. Okay, and our very last page has 2022, January through December of a year at a glance. So I think this is very useful just to be able to see and look at things. Then to the right hand side, you have got a pocket folder. This is a heavier cardstock material. It does feel very durable. Me pulling on it, nothing is bending or anything like that, but it's definitely opens wide for you to put whatever you need in there. And I really like this color. This is my favorite color in general, so I'm really loving this. And it does have kind of a diamond pattern to that there. I don't know if y'all can, if it's really coming through on the camera or not, but it's very appealing. The back side also has a pocket, so you kind of get dual use out of that. And then we are at the back cover. So it's kind of, this weaving pattern. It's very thick. And then you've got the same, at least for mine, this is the pattern I picked. It does match the front of the book. And then I believe this is acrylic again. You have got your acrylic cover there on the back. So again, spiral coil. It is metal. It's so smooth, y'all. This is what I can't get over. It is so smooth, and that is something that with happy planners or other planners I've tried, I just feel like you're constantly, trying to get it to move, and it's a pain. But I mean, y'all, this is boom, done. I'm there. There's no trying to balance it. It just turns so smoothly. I really, really love that. So thank y'all so much for joining me. I am so glad that you came by and checked out my new Plum Paper 6-month daily planner with me. If this is interesting to you and you would like to purchase any of their planners or any of their products, I do have a referral link for you. This is something that, yes, I have the referral link, but it's not an affiliate program. It's literally, I have a referral link because I signed up with them, and then when you place your order, you'll get the money, the discount, and then I believe I get $10 or something like that for the referral, and then you'll get your own personal link, referral link, and you can refer that to your friends. So if you've seen me suggest Walmart grocery pickup and that sort of link where you get $10 off, I get $10 off, and then it goes, you can create your own referral as well. It's the same idea there. At this time, the only way that I know how to get that to you is to send you an email with that referral link. It would just come from my business email here for this channel. So if you would like to get a referral link, I promise I won't send you anything else. It'll just be a referral link if that's what you requested in the email. My email is always in the description box for business inquiries, but you can also send me an email with this email in the link in the description box, and I'll get that to you just as quickly as I get your email. So I know that sounds kind of odd. I'm not sure, maybe there's something I'm missing, but at this point, that's the only way I know to get it to you. If you've had a Plum Paper referral link and you know a different way that I could just link that in the description box for you, let me know. I would love to be able to make it a little simpler, but as of right now, that's where we're at. There are some more videos popping up for you, some grocery hauls, and a playlist or two maybe popping up here at the end for you to check videos. If you have not subscribed, please do so if you enjoyed this video. Again, I am not normally a planner channel, but I wanted to show you this and so you could see what planner I am using for the next 6 months. I'm very, very, very excited to have a daily planner and a monthly planner all in one with lots of room to plan out all the details of life. So, thank y'all so much for joining me. Thank you, Plum Paper, for sending out this planner for me to review. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.